What's up, guys? It's Crash. Some really cool Delta Force information for you guys today. I know we're all kind of waiting in the wings so we can get our hands back on it on the PC platform, at least on Steam Next Fest. That's going to be around October 14th when that launches again, so I'm excited for that. But it appears like over in China, the country where it's being developed, they're a little bit ahead of us, and I think launch is coming sooner from what I understand. And then over on Reddit, somebody found the post-launch roadmap, so we can kind of see the cadence of content once we're able to play it again, and once it kind of launches into early access later this year, and then the beginning Q1 of 2025 goes essentially into 1.0, and that's when console is going to be coming. So we can kind of see all that information from this. So this is like a Chinese roadmap that was leaked. I basically got on Babbel and Rosetta Stone and taught myself Chinese so I can read this entire thing to you guys. So it's going to be really cool. I'm completely joking. Someone over on Reddit also, thank goodness for them, they also translated it so we don't have to. But I thought it would be really cool to look at because, as you guys are going to see, it's a very fast, it's a quick pace to post-launch content. And if Arena Breakout's kind of any indicator, or you know, this massive budget, this being under 10 cent, we could see a lot of post-launch content, and it could be a live service that keeps the game rocking. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it, and I think this game is going to be really big. I think it's going to be a big game because it's kind of like a DMZ replacement. I'm speaking from mostly the extraction mode standpoint. That's what I had the most fun with. I thought it was really good, and I think it's going to be a big game. When you get, you know, mobile, you get PC, and you get console, all those games working well with a lot of post-launch content. It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. As long as they keep the microtransactions under control, I think it's going to be pretty wild. So let's talk about what this says. Now, this is all subject to change. We're going to go ahead and look at this together. You and I, let me know what you think in the comments of everything, how this sounds, or I'm sure there's going to be some things that I mistake or that I interpret incorrectly. And you guys can let me know about that, because there's a lot to kind of be, there's a lot of areas in this communication line that can be the breakdown, right? Like the translation from Chinese. Also, this is in China, so it might be a different release cadence over here. We can kind of think it's probably the same, but hopefully this gives you a good idea, and we'll kind of see how it plays out. I just wanted to give you those caveats that this stuff is not set in stone, and we're kind of talking about stuff that's a little bit up in the air, but this is what they're planning, at least over in China. So new content in the future. 3 phases of content will be updated in the next 4 months. So upon launch with the Origin, that's going to be essentially season 1 and the second stage and the third stage. These like 3 phases or 3 seasons of content are happening in 4 months. It's going to be incredibly rapid fire with this content once we get our hands on the game for good again. New gameplay, maps, and special operators are continuously released. So even during the alpha is a little bit weird word. It was a beta, like it, or even farther. It was a really complete, fleshed out game for those of us that were lucky enough to get into what they are calling the alpha. Even with that, they did like 2 content drops with like little mini roadmaps within the alpha test. So it's going to be cool with a lot of content coming quickly. Origin is the first one, and then the second stage, and then the third stage. So those are just kind of the overall views of those things. But I thought that was a crazy cadence to have 3 phases of content in 4 months. And then now we can kind of get into stuff a little bit. In the second stage, it looks like we'll get a new operator. We got a close-up shot of this too. We'll take a look at in just a second. Beacon zone is, I think, a translation issue. I think that's kind of what they're calling the hazard ops mode. So a new gameplay, cooperative action, Ouroboros. Not sure what that means, but it sounds like a new cooperative type game mode. New map content, talked about this in my video, showed a view of it. I'll pop that up on the screen again. This is the new map, Tower of Babel, that's coming. So it's like the Havoc military complex is built within like an old rundown city. So there's like a big kind of POI in the middle that's a super fancy state-of-the-art facility surrounded by like ancient village around it. So that's pretty cool. And then from this we get some new intel that we haven't heard about before, and the new boss, Dr. R. Prometheus, is apparently going to be the boss that's on this map, is what I'm deducing from its placement on said roadmap. And then on the all-out battlefield, on the Havoc warfare, they're calling it comprehensive battlefield. I think that's just kind of a translation issue with the name of the game mode, although the game modes are a little hard to keep track of in this game. There's going to be a new map already called Trench, and that's going to be in the all-out warfare type Havoc warfare mode. So that's going to be there. And then the new operator, which I think we'll take a look at after we check this out. But there's a close-up picture of this operator, and I want you guys to tell me what you think. I'm assuming her, but what you think her ability is, judging by the person's outline. I think it could be a her, but we'll take a look at that at the end. We get a close-up view of the gadgets and stuff, and I really want to know what you guys think. I'll give some of my ideas, but we'll see what you guys think. And then checking it out even closer, Beacon Zone, which again, this is the Hazard Ops mode. New gameplay with multi-party PvP battles, new map content, and DMZ expansion. So DMZ, that the first map that you play on that got a lot of gameplay on, it is expanding out. I know some of the other maps have expansion plans in them as well, so that's really cool. New gameplay, multi-party PvP battles. Now, is that an arena mode? Is that a search and destroy mode? I don't know, but like that would be really crazy if there was like also an arena one life mode built into this. I would get even more excited. That would be really cool to have kind of all these gameplay types under one kind of engine loop or umbrella, if you will. And then a new operator. I despise this. I despise the look of it, and I hate it. And my day is ruined. I'm going that far with this because it looks like a shield operator. I'm just kidding, kind of kidding. I really don't like shields in video games. I don't know how you guys are about it, but I think shields are super cheesy. So I'm a little bit bummed to see what appears to be a shield operator, because I think you can see the outline of a shield, and then you have like the heavy riot gear with the flip down face shield and kind of the back of the head armor and all that stuff. And this is the third stage though. So this is going to be, from what I'm kind of putting two things together in that video that I talked about, my last Delta Force video, where they kind of, where Shadow, the lead developer, talked about everything that's coming. I think this is the Q1 update, because we see the Black Hawk Down. This is when the Unreal 5 engine campaign is going to be launched. That's when the game is going to launch. That's also supposed to be when console happens in Q1 of 25. So this third stage is like a super big update. And then on Comprehensive Battlefield, there's a new map content. This really looks like the Antarctic map from 2042. And then brand new gameplay with a picture of like a climbing hammer. It almost looks like fencing pliers, but like some kind of ice pick type climbing hammer or something. That I have no clue what that means, but shield operator campaign's coming, DMZ expansion. This multi-party PvP battles could be really big. It could be a lot of stuff to be to have in a game, because they talked about, and I'm probably going to get this mistaken, it's really hard to keep track of, because whenever they drop the Delta Force, when they drop the game's name just down to Delta Force and they dropped away the Hawk Ops, they also kind of tried to clarify the modes, that like Hazard Operations was like the type of modes, and there's like Extraction or Tactical Turmoil was the one that was like the mode that we played was inside of that. The same with Havoc Warfare, where they had different names of the modes under that umbrella. So if there's even another, or maybe this multi-party PvP battle could fit under the Hazard Operations umbrella of game modes. I think it's a little bit confusing. I'm sure there's some like language barrier issues there and stuff like that, but I thought this was really cool. And then the next new operator, so that's coming within the second stage, is this person. So it appears to be some kind of drone technology. That's not hard to deduce from this image. But what does this drone do? Is it like a healing drone like in the Division? Is it does it drop some kind of smoke? Does it drop some kind of gas? The reason I say gas is because they're also drawing our attention to a gas mask. So maybe she is not susceptible to tactical nades, to stuns and things like that, or it's something to counteract. Maybe this drops some kind of gas and she's able to walk through it with her gas mask. So I'm not sure. I want to know what you guys think of this operator and what she could be, because it's some kind of drone. But is it offensive? Is it defensive? Is it healing? What does it do? And what does the gas mean? I don't know, but we should be finding out relatively soon. Anyway, I wanted to let you guys know on this information, because from what I can tell, I really think that this game, if the microtransactions are good, is going to be a pretty big deal. And I think there's going to be a lot of in-game events. I think there's going to be a lot of live service stuff. I think there's going to be a ton of post-launch content. With that though, there could be a ton of microtransactions as well. They have to make money at some point, you know, with putting out all this content and stuff. So hopefully they're fair. Hopefully they stick to their word, and they have come out and explicitly said that they're not going to allow purchase of in-game currency. So let's really hope they stick to that, and we keep most of that stuff cosmetics, and those don't get too crazy and wild. Because they also said, I know some of you are going to be sad about this, that Nicki Minaj is not coming as an operator in Delta Force. I'm so sorry to many of you. I hope you're sitting down when you took that news. But anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to show you. What do you think of all this? Is the cadence pretty cool? Are you impressed with it like I am? Or are you kind of ho-hum about this game? I personally am ready to get back into it October 14th. There'll be a lot of content for you guys October 14th. That week, I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/crash8. I'll be putting up videos here, and I'm pretty excited to get back into the extraction mode. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, I cannot thank you enough, and I would love to see you on the next one.